for your time, for coming. My name is Sammy Quinones. I've been here 10 years at the Market Center, started back in 2013. A bit about me. My dream was to become a truck driver. That's all I wanted to be. I mean a pilot, excuse me. It's all I ever wanted to be. It's all I ever dreamed. Then as I got older, we have different paths that maybe none of you ever said you want to be a real estate agent, you know, but you probably, destiny has brought us here to a really good, successful career. At 21, I did 11 years of trucking. That's actually me. One time before I left, that was about 20 years ago. I'm a big fan of the Miami Hurricanes football. That's all I do. That's all I enjoy. That's my little passion. And in the springtime, I am a volleyball dad. Hi, Henry.
What's going on? Good morning.
Hey, there's a throwback of me. Just in case you're curious. My big why, it's right here. This is what my family does. You know, we enjoy doing real estate. We enjoy what we do. We really would like to make a lot of money, right? But does anybody here knows what else is stronger than money?
What is your motivation?
Yeah? Emotional. Everything is emotional. You may have an emotional attachment. Maddie, would you sell your husband for any amount of money?
I'm sorry?
Would you sell your husband for any amount of money?
No.
What's that?
I will tell her about
And then it's gonna cost him a lot of money to run away from you, right? So basically that's what it is. So I'm just sharing that so we know that we enjoy what we do. Our passion is to make as much GCI and as much income as we have. What would you guys like to learn out of this class? Is there anything you'd like to learn out of this class?
How to do 20 transactions a year.
Okay, okay, I like that. I'll be more than happy to share. I'd be more than happy to share that with you guys, and do it consistently, right? Because that's the whole key about that. Now, okay, that's exactly right on time. Who is this? Hi, good morning. So the one thing I want to do is really make you guys forget about everything right now. Meaning, forget about, you know, you gotta pay the mortgage, you gotta pick up your kid at 12 noon, we have a Christmas party coming up. Let's forget about that, right? And what we're gonna do is, watch this, every time somebody comes, we're gonna celebrate them. Good morning. When somebody comes, we're gonna celebrate them. Be like, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make them really high, huh?
Where's my Grinch?
You're right, I did forget the outfit for the Grinch. Yes, you're right, I forgot about that one. That was a good one last year.
Yeah, well.
All right, so let's close our eyes and take a deep breath, and we're gonna inhale 4 times and exhale 4 times. We're gonna forget about everything for the next hour, because everything you're gonna get in is gonna be a refresh, and it's gonna give it to you. So let's go ahead, let's just close our eyes and let's take an exhale. Let's go back in 4 times. Exhale 4 times. And let's take it for the last time. 4 in. All right? How do you feel now?
Good.
Excellent. Now, guess what? There's 0 obstacles. No one is farming your community. We have no competitors. There's nobody hosting an open house this weekend near your home. Everything is yours. Everything is gonna be under your control. All the listings, they're gonna call you. They're gonna call you. They're gonna call you. How would you guys like that? That's great, right? That's great, right?
Yes.
Now, here's the magic. We have our mindset that our biggest competitor is ourselves. Nobody else. We can only harm ourselves. That's it. Because if we don't do the things we plan on doing, or that we want to do, it's only gonna come back and bite us. And if we don't start now in the next 90 days, it's gonna be that date on the real calendar. Today's date, by the way, is March 13th, 2024. Everything we do in real estate will reflect in 90 days from now. So the first thing we want to do is we want to start taking advantage of this and running. Make sense?
Yes.
All right, we're ready. We ever seen an athlete show up unprepared for a race? Never, right? However, what do we want to do? We want to be prepared, and we want to be able to do it lightning fast. We want to jump. We want to go get it, and let's make it happen. That's part of my slide. I gotta go back to my notes, because this is the other thing that I have for you guys. Okay. Okay, so my goal today is to teach you at least 1, 2, 3 things that are gonna be easy for you, exciting, motivating, and not anything that might be hard that you may not wanna do. You know, we come here to trainings, they give us great trainings. They'll tell us lead gen. Yes, it is key. However, on the lead gen, maybe there's some things we don't feel comfortable. We don't feel probably comfortable calling a stranger to tell them their house has expired. Maybe we don't feel comfortable going door knocking because it's not something we do. But I'm gonna share with you things I feel comfortable. Things that I think that is gonna relate with you on an everyday basis, you know? And that's what I really wanna share with you guys, you know? What are things that make us feel comfortable, you know? Like something that makes us be happy. Isn't it great? We go to a gumball machine and sometimes you put 25 cents and it gives you 2 gums and you're like, jackpot! Makes sense, right? Same thing goes. You guys ever took your kids, if you have any kids, to any, or even if you go to Dave & Buster's and you play a machine and the machine gives you an extra 5 tickets and you're like, whoa, it only said 10, but you got 15? Those are good things. Those are things you feel good about. That's how almost real estate is. You want to be able to go to an open house and know you went to that open house and you killed it and you owned it. And not only that, you walked out with some good leads, maybe 1, 2, 5 listings. Who knows? Remember, like I said earlier, nobody out there is either farming, listing, they're all coming for you. So today, it's your big day. Today is your win, okay? Real estate is very similar to that. What are our goals? What goals does anybody have? Anybody want to share their goals? It's okay. This is very interactive. What goals anybody has? So what challenges are you having?
Yeah.
Lead conversion.
Lead conversion. That's what probably in this kind of market is something that is more general, right?
Yeah.
Who has not closed their first deal yet? Anybody here? Okay, that's okay. Great, don't worry. By March 13, 2024, you're gonna have it, okay?
Okay.
Because we're gonna be able to do that, okay? So, one of the things that we should all do, right? For example, the rule number 1 to doing real estate is to sell them. There's 2 kinds of listings. 2 kinds of listings. Did you guys know there's only 2 kinds of listings? The one that sold and the one that didn't sell. Which one you really want? We want to see. However, there's opportunity on both. Because the one that someone sold or the one that somebody didn't sell could be your opportunity. And I'm going to be able to share with you what I'm going to share with you is stories that have happened to me throughout what I will be sharing with you, because these are things that have actually given me results. For example, when you pick up your first listing, one of the things they teach here at the Market Center, remember the disclosure I told you, any opinion they gave you was not reflect, blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's the reason. Go ahead, and if you're not comfortable, I'm gonna give you something that might make you feel comfortable, okay? Maybe some of us are afraid to go door knock, right? So we're afraid to door knock, and we're like, I don't wanna door knock 90 homes or 60 homes or whatever amount. So let's say this is your first listing, okay? Let's say it's a beautiful home. You know what? Go introduce yourself, just to break the ice, to the 5 neighbors that are right within proximity of this house, okay? Just go ahead and knock on their door. Let them know who you are, that you're a real estate agent. You're gonna be putting a real estate sign right in front of their house when you go door knock, okay? And tell them, Along the way, I'm gonna actually most likely be hosting an open house. This is my business card. Should anybody park on your lawn, park in front of your home, or you don't feel comfortable with what's happening, please give me a call. 5, that's all you need to do. Door knock those 5. You don't have to go 20. Look how simple it is. They'll be like, oh, the Garcias are moving? Oh, the Johnsons? Guess what? They're gonna be able to know more, okay? From that one, what you guys will do next, you guys already have 5 friends. You have 5 friends right here, okay? The next thing you're gonna do, there's a saying that says, when one home comes up, 2 more come up. Because now the first question they're gonna ask you, Maya, what is the first question they ask you when you list a house?
Where are you selling it?
That's the number one thing they're gonna ask. Say, how much? What? They're gonna get excited. You guys will bump into a situation where you're going to list, somebody's gonna ask you for a CMA, and you're gonna be questioning yourself, how the hell am I gonna do a CMA on this property? Because there's no comparables. Here in Florida, the advantage we have a lot of cookie cutter communities. If you go more to the rural side of towns, you find yourself, Haines City, Lake Wales, Sorrento, those properties are very different. Well, you know what, if anything, look, this is an actual real appraiser. Get an appraiser from the homeowner and tell the homeowner, say, hey, Mr. Homeowner, I'm gonna be very, very upfront with you. I'm sure you're gonna appreciate this. The comps I'm looking doesn't really give me what I think it should be worth on your property. And I think if I give you a number, you may not be sure about it, but let's do something. Let's get an appraiser. Let's have the property appraised. And if we get the property appraised, we'll have a better actual value. And the seller likely has told you how much they really want. And if the number is in their favor, then you have a better listing. But then when you show it and you list the house, you can leave this right on top of the dining room table with the information on it. This one actually came up because of the heat that popped up, but this is actually a real appraiser from one of my listings that I have. So that's one key right there to do.
Quick question, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Who pays for that appraiser?
That's a very good question. And thank you for that. I was just gonna say it and I didn't, and I just jumped on the topic. Basically, it could go 2 ways.
Okay.
In my case, the seller was very open about it and he's willing to pay for it. Talk to several appraisers. Appraisers don't want to necessarily, if they're dealing with a bank, they'll probably charge $500-600. I have an appraiser right now that charges about under $400.
Okay, we need that number.
Yeah, so the seller might be able to cover it. The other thing is, you're showing, I lost my marker. It's right here. You're showing X house right here, right? This is now on the buyer side. The buyer really likes the house, up on Main Street, The buyer likes the house up on Main Street. But they're like, it needs a lot of upgrades. But you look around and you see you're showing a 2,000 square home, 2 stories, and you're like, man, that looks like a 2,000 square foot home too. You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? What if you went and door knocked and you told the buyer, you said, you wanna live here? Let me go door knock on this owner. And you go door knock on this owner and you say, hey, Mr. Owner, my name is Sammy Quinones. I'm a real estate agent. I was just showing 123 Main Street. I have a buyers with me right now, and they would like to see this house. They would like to buy that. They're interested in this house. Who do you know that is thinking about buying or selling in real estate? Or he'll tell you, shoot, I'll sell you mine if you give me so and so. Well, listen, this is true. What is this? Read it out loud.
For sale by owner commission agreement.
I carry this. You go door knock on this guy right here, and he tells you he's willing to show it. Make an agreement with him on the commission. Carry it with him. Because you know what? In the digital age, sometimes we don't have Wi-Fi, sometimes we don't have anything to write on it, but if you give it to them in writing, you tell them, look, this is to protect you and protect me. But this is basically, if you're willing to cover me, if I have any, a commission, you're willing to pay me an agreement. Let's do it in black and white. Now you have it in black and white, you're good to go. So I'm telling you this because I carry this with me.
Perfect.
This is something I do carry with me. And to tell you more, I even have the contract right here. Look, I have the contract with me. This is a whole little package I carry. Because we may find ourselves, I'm gonna use that as a reference, Sorrento or Lake Wales, and we don't have a way to print or do, we're good to go, we're ready to run. I have found myself a few times doing this. No, it has not come into fruition, but the seller has actually agreed to work something out with me. And another thing that I'll do, it could be after your buyer leaves. You get to stick around a little longer with the seller where you let them know, because then by the time you work this out, you can tell the buyer, hey, come back, I have a property to show. You don't have to leave them in the car with the kids, hungry, kicking, stuff like that. Follow me?
Thank
For a
you. I would
FISBO
like-
or anything you like,
Good.
you know? And
Oh, okay.
just want to make sure. Okay, so, yeah, you're more than welcome. If anybody wants to take a look at that, you're more than welcome to do that. Question so far? Is this okay so far? The class feeling good or?
Yes.
Okay.
You're
Yes.
awesome,
Yes.
even if you're a Grinch.
Thank you. But you see, you don't have to feel uncomfortable. When you walk out of that listing, you tell your sellers, is it okay if I tell your neighbors? You know? The other thing you want to do is what I'm about to share with you guys, which is going to be gold. Okay? Good morning. Summit, hi, welcome. So, another thing I do want to share with you guys is, this is the other part. When you're showing Main Street, you have this street, right? You already made 5 friends. You only have for the next time that you want to do an open house, but you want to do it early just for the community, even if it's an hour before anybody else shows up. You can tell them, listen, I'm going to open up this house. I'm going to have an open house at 12, but at 11, I'm going to open it for your whole street. Okay? The neighbors are going to come. They're all either going to talk. You know what? Listen. Have something to give them. You don't have to give it to everybody who comes in for your open houses. But if you have this for the neighbors, what you are looking for is your next listing. So by you looking at your next listing, you want to do something very different that maybe likely another agent or another competitor may not want to do. So you want to be able to have, I like statistics, I love stats, I love all that little junk stuff. Like that, for me, that's better than these little butter cookies, and I love them. Trust me. When I tell you I love them, I love them.
I know, they're good.
So by doing that, do you guys know what is a bifold?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, trifold.
Yeah.
Trifold.
Is that what it's called, trifold?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Perfect. Can I borrow it? Now let me give you something. Oh, I thought we used to have. Okay. When you have the trifold, get 2 trifolds. 2. Get 1 for sellers and 1 for buyers. Okay? Put them in the dining room table and put them in the kitchen if you want. Nobody has ever seen that at any open house. You guys ever been shown a home and there's an open house that somebody's hosting? Have you?
Yes.
What do you guys see the other agents have with them? Maybe water?
Cookies, a dog.
Do you guys ever see statistics?
No.
No, they just
Never.
have the listing. They have
Yes.
And that's
the
it,
listing.
right? But when you open it, for these neighbors that come in and you have a trifold, right? And they see something that says statistics, where do buyers come from? What is selling in the community? You know, now all of a sudden, we already met these 5 at the time of the listing. Let's add these guys who've never seen you firsthand, okay? This is easy stuff. You add those extra 10 to the community, okay? When they walk in, if they're thinking about selling or they're renters, they're gonna see either the buyer's trifold or they're gonna see the seller's trifold. And whenever they wanna go list, who do you think they're gonna wanna call? They're gonna likely call you because they're gonna be like, damn, this person has it down. This person has it. This person knows what we need to do to get this house sold, you know? Then likely we had another agent do another open house here at another location, and all they did was likely bring water and cookies. Nothing wrong with that, but you just wanna be able to be the person to have a better presentation, you know, because that's what homeowners want. That's what we all want. If we wanna hire someone to list our home, that's what we really we wanna bring in. Pre-approvals. Let me give you another one on that one. Who here likes to door knock?
I like that.
You like door knocking? What do you guys normally take with you?
Flyers.
Okay,
Door hangers.
okay. Good answers. But I'm gonna give you one more you can carry with you. You having a challenge with your buyers where you can't convert them, as Yvonne here mentioned? All right. How about if you can double side the deals? That would be great, remember?
Yep.
Where the heck that thing went? If you guys can double side the deal, okay? Now, show up. I'm gonna pretend this, and I'm gonna go and meet with Yvonne. And after I'm door knocking with Yvonne, I'm gonna show him 5 pre-approval letters on my hand that I have 5 buyers pre-approved, ready to go, ready to buy his house. What do you think this seller is gonna really say? You may likely have the double side, close the transaction, you know? You don't have to go with competitors where you're gonna likely have multiple properties. Does it make sense? You know, we gotta follow the MLS standards and stuff like that, but I'm just sharing with you ideas that we can always be carrying with us at all times. The key to that is don't carry your pre-approvals with the name of Matty Cruz, you know, Myra Pinero. No, cross it out and cross the amount. You can have somebody pre-approved for 580 and this person wants to list at 320, 380. It's okay. They don't have to know specifics of who the buyer is. You get to protect them. But that's a good way to go forward with that. Follow me on that?
Yes.
Wouldn't that be cool? RPR, does anybody know what RPR is?
Yeah.
Have you guys used it? Okay, anybody else has never heard of it? Never heard of it. Okay, on your MLS, it's already paid for and it's free. There is literally a library of statistics and it's called Realtor RPR right here. NAR RPR. You'll get to sign up for it, it's free. When you log in, I'll show you, remind me to show you later. I'll be more than happy to show you.
Okay, it's the MLS, right?
It's on the MLS.
Okay.
It's a separate website, but it's paid by our MLS, so it's included with your board fees.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can take that with you. And I use flyers from there. Oh, I had them. I use flyers from there for my open houses, little things like that. All right. On to the next. What questions you have so far? Anybody has questions? You ladies in the back have any questions?
Very good.
You guys feel you missed anything?
Yeah, I guess.
Don't feel bad, I can cover it. Is there anything you guys would like? Yes.
So I can come a little bit late. How do you get March 13, 2024
The what?
on the board? March 13, 2024.
Oh, how did I get there?
Yeah, how did you-
Anything you do now in 90 days is gonna reflect. So if you start doing lead generating, looking for business now, sending mailers, do whatever it takes, you're gonna start seeing the results in 90 days.
Okay.
If you have a brand new buyer today from an open house and you give them a pre-approval, and you try to get them processed with the pre-approval, the paperwork, and showing the homes, you're gonna get there to March 24th. That, by then, you should already start having multiple deals come your way that you want.
Quick question.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you so much. RPR, I know when and I play around and I know you can obtain statistics. You do that like for the open houses? Like do you
There is
do-
one, you can create a flyer just for open houses.
Just for open houses,
Instead of
yeah.
having the MLS, instead of having just the
Yes.
MLS, you can have one done by RPR and it's really, really nice. I
And,
wish
and it's up to date, right?
it's
to
up
like-
to date.
It's up to date.
And you can
Okay.
edit it too.
Okay,
The other thing is you can do neighborhood, when you do an open house, go to RPR, you can do neighborhood reports.
Good.
Homeowners will wanna walk in and be curious, what the heck is a neighborhood report? What is it saying? You know, it'll show you like walkability score, it'll give you every share with you. Now, I have a little board at home. When I started in real estate, I had no idea what the heck was even a PDF. I had no clue. I only knew how to send an email and open it. I'm gonna tell you another thing. If anybody here a baseball fan? I love baseball, you know? Guess what? In 2008, the World Series was in Florida. It was the Tampa Bay Rays and the Philadelphia Phillies. Is all the hype going? I had a boss who was from Philly too. He was from Philly, I'm not from Philly. So he goes, so anyways, we were talking about it, he was like, oh yeah, my Phillies are in town, blah, blah, blah. So I saw that it said sign up for the World Series tickets at, you know, base price, you know, whatever, face value, you know. I went on an email, I line up, I subscribe. 3 weeks later, I saw the email that I was one of the winners. I could have bought 2 tickets for the World Series.
Wow.
It's in my bucket list to go to a World Series.
Wow.
And I was like, because back then I wasn't into the whole technology thing, so I didn't know. Like I said to you guys, I was a trucker, you know, you just drive, you have a computer there, tells you where you're going, how many boxes to deliver, and that's about it. I can't believe it. To this day, I still tell people. So the moral of the story is that when I started it, I wasn't so much into technology. I wasn't so much familiar with the things that were there. So you know what? I'm gonna share with you guys. Is it okay if I delete this by now? So this is something that I do, and I have it at home, and I still have it to this day. This is optional for everybody. I created this chart a little bit similar, and all it is this. Very simple. This is closings. Anyways, I think I have it different. No, I have it over there even different. It's pipeline. But that's fine. I'll show you. So this is right here. Listings. Let's say I have Myra and I have Maddie's house listed, right? Right here, I have my pending transactions. That's what it is. I have my pendings. Pendings could be the house on 123 Main, okay? 123 Broad, okay? And then here is my pipeline. What does my pipeline do?
What's the meaning of pipeline?
Huh?
What's the meaning of pipeline?
The meaning of pipeline. How many leads you have that are yours? Like how many total leads? So you can name this as just leads, if it's much easier. Leads that are working with you. Make sense? This is all I do. Right here, you can have 7 people, you know? Right? Make sense? So these are pretty much my pipeline. These are like people I already have pre-qualified. They are looking into this price range. Each one of them, what is this person looking for? So I kind of know and I have an idea what's coming up. So these are all my leads. I used to have this because I didn't know how to like track it. It was much different. You know, I wasn't so much into technology. This was actually my little money maker, as we would call it. Or doesn't they call it like money board, I heard, or something like that around here? Yeah, that's what they call it. So that's what I used to do. And then here, I always have it. See here how I have a pipeline amount of 3.5? I used to always have it where I would be like, okay, back then my goal was 3 million. Everything here had to add to 3 million on my leads. Because if I had my $3 million leads here, I knew that I had my money I was gonna be making over here. So I was always adding it and subtracting it. Does it make sense? I just had that was like kind of my little, back in my days. Now it's a little bit different, but I just wanted to share. I showed this one time to a mega agent here in the eastern side of Orlando that used to be with us, because they did like a rookie class, and I said, this is what, and she was like, oh my God, can you please send that with me? I want to learn that. She loved it. She loved it. I'm very visual. I love to look at everything. Remember I told you I love statistics? I have to see statistics. I have to see that little bar, the little pies. I have to see it. I just really, really, really enjoy it. What questions anyone has on this? Yes?
What is can you explain that again? The 3
Absolutely.
million is your.
The pipeline, the total leads,
Yeah.
this has to add to 3 million. Or, you know, back then, now I put there 3.5.
But what does the 3 million represent? Your goal?
Total
sales?
amount of buyers and volume, because those are the ones I wanna be able to start throwing in here. Whether they go sale pending or listings.
So A plus B must equal C? So to speak?
Sort of,
Mhm.
yeah. Then the other thing is here, let's say you have the house on 123 Main Street closing on 124, and you have this one closing on 331 because it's a new construction, right? You guys have to figure out, where is my February check gonna come in? Because that's key. You wanna know where your February check is coming in. Now I know, shoot, I have a check. Either that, or I know I'm here and I have 2 listings, you know? So now I'm thinking, hold on, how am I gonna do a price improvement on one of these so I can have the results that I need before that deadline. Because after that, come March 31st, over there says March 13th, that's something different. March 31st, technically I'm unemployed. I'm unemployed, I sold my inventory. I'm gonna realize I'm unemployed. I'm like, whoa, what am I gonna do? And haven't we all been unemployed several times in the year, you know? We all have been. No judgment, it's all fine. Mortgages. Okay, when I say mortgages, just have your business alliances. What is your business alliances? What do I say? There is a few things. We know homeowners have what? Credit cards. You need to paint the house, homeowner will tell you no, you tell them, listen, find the statistic where it says how much it'll improve even if you facelift your house. It's gonna make a much more difference, you know, of how much is it going to do. But they also, when they sell their house, what can they do? Pay off the credit card, get back to date, qualify. It shouldn't affect you on anything. The other thing is, you wanna be able to talk to, you wanna have a lender, you wanna partner up with a lender that will answer their phone calls on weekends
And nights.
and nights. Because most of our lives is what? We're working on kind of the off hours of everybody else. When people are off on Labor Day, we're running and showing houses on Labor Day. You know, we would love to go and do our barbecues. Memorial Day, we're doing the same thing. Sometimes those are the dates we are the busiest because people are relocating to their new homes, because sometimes they have a kid who they gotta downsize because they finished their school and they're graduating. Wait till I tell you the little things that no one is doing that is gonna make a big difference for you. So you wanna make sure you always have an alliance with different vendors. You wanna have their information, a home inspector, you wanna have a electrician, a plumber, you know, you wanna have these guys, you wanna have their phone numbers and ask them and introduce yourself and have multiple people. Let them know what you do, why you want their contact, because they're gonna be like, cool, I have somebody who's just gonna be kind of dedicated to me, you know? And you know what, you wanna have these people, have your little list of things that you wanna have.
Handyman.
Huh?
Handyman.
Yes.
That's super important.
Handymans are key. Handymans are key. Now, what do we do to stay in touch with our clients? Other than put them in a little email and send them an email and hope the email does the whole automation kind of thing. So,
Events, yeah, postcards, calls.
there you go. So, you guys members of club stores, Costco,
Yes.
BJ's?
BJ's.
These little things,
I have my
you can buy
bags.
them even for 20 bucks or less. It brings you, I don't know how many. Look, I have my business cards and I have this. So I'm gonna give you a couple of things. Buy one of these when you leave. Do this tomorrow because we have a Christmas party today. Buy a box. Every time you have a closing, you write their Christmas card. Write their Christmas card as soon as you have a closing. Take it home with you. Have a little file from January to December. Throw it in there. Get another one. I didn't have it with me. Or if you want, get a letter and write them the letter of congratulations of the birthday of your new home. Because you may close in February, okay? Then you're gonna send them the Christmas card in December. But come next February, you're gonna send them the happy birthday or home anniversary to your home. It could say something very simple. Can you believe it's been 1 year? Happy home anniversary, or whatever you want to put. Additionally, would you guys feel comfortable? What would you prefer? If you received I'm gonna say, how do I ask you this? I can ask you two different ways, because there's two different ways we can look at it. Would you enjoy if somebody just out of random sent you a $5 gift card?
Of course.
Yes.
We would enjoy it, right? Now, what if I tell you a $20 gift card will make all the difference in the world? Even better, right?
Yes.
Now, how about we do some expenses and instead we give our customers something within the $15 to $20 range instead of just the $5. You know? You don't have to do your 200 people in your database that are your strongest alliances. You could do it to your top 50. Or that person that gives you a referral each year. You want to really make sure that that person, they're an advocate of yours. They're the ones who are constantly giving you referrals. So I'm going to share with you some of the things that I've done. So, ideas. Halloween, you can have a little bag. All the kids are going to come to your home. Moms, I know you guys are here. There's a few moms in here. What is the first thing you do when your little one shows up with the candies at home?
Yeah.
You're right.
I need them.
You want to be able to, right? You want to be able to see what did they give your kid. You're going to see a little bag that somebody's going to grab a bag and be like, this is different. And it's going to say maybe courtesy of your local realtor or courtesy, you know, I am glad. Listen, just make it even simpler. I am glad your children stopped by. My candies are safe. If you have any questions, here's my information. Myra Pinheiro, Realtor, 407 or 321, blah, blah, blah. Wouldn't that be kind of cool? People say, wow, that's very thoughtful, you know? You may want to do that. At the same time, that bag is going to likely stay around, okay? Thanksgiving, okay, we have a little thing where people, holidays, some people celebrate Christmas, some people celebrate Hanukkah, some people celebrate different events on this time of the year. There's a lot of different events that are happening, you know? But you know which one is the one that will not upset anybody or offend them? And believe it or not, I do that. Thanksgiving. Everybody's grateful. Everybody is happy. And guess what? Again, you're gonna beat your competitor. Because you know what? Every Thanksgiving, I tell my wife, babe, I'm going to the bedroom or I'm going to the couch. If I'm at my in-laws, they be at the kitchen and literally, I'm not gonna lie to you, true story, I spent about 3 to 4 hours sending an individual text to every single person that is in my database that I personally know. Not just a random person who signed, you know, their name on an open house 2 years ago, 5 to 10, you know what I'm saying? Anybody. I've gone to some of them that I look at, and the only text I've had is like 3 in a row where I have contacted them regarding Thanksgiving. They're gonna be like, wow, Sammy's consistent. Every Thanksgiving, he sends it to me. And I let them know. That's the number one day that sort of works, that is ideal. Texting ideas. We spoke about Halloween, give your kids and your contacts with the parents. Thanksgiving, I send an individual text each day. Christmas, you can send them a holiday card or drop the gift if you want. And I'm gonna tell you what I do on that one. New Year, we have a good one on that one. You guys know what that is. Any deal you close, you wanna be able to reach them. Every Mother's Day, hold on Myra, I'm gonna move. Every Mother's Day, I send every mom a happy Mother's Day, individually, you know? Father's Day, I do the same. I spend my time sending to every guy a happy Father's Day. Here's the thing, if this guy is still married to this mom, now I have 2 contacts into that household. Believe it or not, I've gotten results just over that. Believe it or not, because I'm like, I know that had to do with the text. We haven't caught up in maybe 6 months, because aren't we all busy? We're all busy. We all have different things. Every one of these things I'm sharing is not things that I'm doing it just to share with you. It's really my experiences. It has been really my success.
What do you do with the homestead exemption?
That's a good one. Homestead exemption. So, remember when I told you send a text on Thanksgiving? Reach out to the mothers, Mother's Day, Father's Day, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Remember I also told you, you're gonna write your Christmas card when you do your closing, and you're gonna write their anniversary card. Now you have another contact to get a hold of them. What I do is, every time you close, what do they give you, aside from a check?
Christmas statement.
Exactly. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna have that, okay? Layra is likely gonna either give you a check or make a copy of that. Layra likely may throw it away. I don't know what she really does. I think she scans it.
They scan them and stuff.
Yeah. But you get that hard copy. Keep it, okay? Why? Because once you keep it, what you're gonna do is you're gonna show up with this little yellow envelope to their home one more time after you close, and Google Orange County Homestead Exemption. The application is there on a PDF. I closed several deals in Tampa, here, Osceola. You show up, and what you're gonna do, true story, you're gonna freak out this home seller. You're gonna show up with this yellow envelope in January. And they're not gonna be, hey, Sam, good to see you. What are you doing? What's brought you over here? These are true stories. I said, I brought you something for your home, and it's a yellow envelope. Uh-oh, what's wrong with my home? I said, I brought you your homestead exemption. Attached inside, it's your closing disclosures. Maybe you can talk to your tax accountant for write-off, and your homestead. This is for you. I thought of you. Really? Oh my goodness, so what do I have to do? I said, look, you can do two things. And you know what, the counties have gotten better. They've gotten better at my game, and I don't like that. Because a lot of them, when I show up, nobody did it. But see, I show them that I'm on top of it. I show them that I'm on top of it. So right there, depends how good the relationship is, ask them. Ask them. You know, you have anybody else who you know that is thinking about buying or selling? Any coworkers? Please let them know about me. You know, I'm here for you guys. I ain't forgetting you. We're gonna be BFFs, right? That's what we always tell them, and we never show up. We never come back. What questions anyone has so far?
I was gonna suggest that the title company usually has a form on homestead exemption on how you can,
Yes, how you can file that.
right, and so if you have that and the Alta statement to show them.
Yes, you can, absolutely. You see, that's what I'm saying. I want this class to be interactive. There you go, we get great ideas. Huh? The LTAP, what was their final amount that they settled for? Their closing statement. Yeah, you can bring that up and they will go from there.
Sandy, I just want to say I love the idea of taking it in person.
Yeah.
I'm a very awkward person. I don't know what to say, and I used to mail these. But I prefer what you're saying because face to face is always better.
You go.
It gives me an excuse.
Yes, it gives you a reason to show up.
Mhm.
I'm gonna give you another one, and this is actually what I was going to share with you guys. Every Christmas, I think, are you still in the team?
Yeah.
Okay, you guys give pies, right?
Yeah.
Pies.
Yeah.
You guys have heard about the Thanksgiving pie giveaway, right?
Yeah.
All right. Remember how I told, how much can a pie be, if you guys know how much is a pie? $5, $10? Right. You know, I've seen the nice Costco ones about $6, $7, which is fine, but that's a good thing. Remember I told you guys, how would you feel if somebody gave you a $20 gift card versus a $5 gift card? Look at the quality of it. All right, so what I want to share with you guys, this is like true stories, okay? These are actual gifts that I do give every Christmas. I'm a little different than the pie story. Pie story, this is my moneymaker. This is the time of the year.
You don't give anything for Christmas, just text.
I'm
Okay,
gonna-
It's getting there.
I'm sorry, for Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, just a text. Yeah, just a text. Because 90% of the time, sometimes I'm at my in-laws in Pennsylvania. So, you know. However, I send a text. Could be a little goofy turkey. Maybe I stole it from somebody who wrote me. Send me one, I'll steal it and I'll reshare it. But I'm gonna share with you guys. Guys, these are, if you look at it, these are different doors. Even though these two look alike, I was like, oh my gosh, they're similar. Every Christmas, everything is on $1, on a dime. Do it cheap. You guys don't have to be expensive. These are gifts I have left at homeowners' houses, okay? One year, I did not do my butter cookie because this has almost become my little trademark on Christmas. This is what I give. I get this for, man, I remember when this thing was $10.99.
Yes.
Now it's $16 or something, and it hurts. But I'm like, you know.
Like the little ones.
Yes, but I get this. Now, don't you go to BJ's on me. None of you better not go to BJ's on me. And I
go to
take-
BJ's every week.
And I take these, I buy these, same thing. Get 2 of these different cards, so I have the different card. And I leave this with a little envelope, which is right below it, right here. I drop it and run. Now with Ring cameras, I get seen all the time. True story.
Do you have your elf outfit on?
No, I thought about that one. I'm gonna do the Grinch on the Orlando. I have yet to deliver my Orlando people. But another note. Now, why am I showing you?
Will you say your name on the card?
Yeah, my card will be there, and I put a business card. Here's my business.
What's your business card?
Yeah, I put my business card. There it is.
Okay.
So I put my business card, I'll sign it, and I personalize it, you know? What's your name?
I'm Young.
Young?
Young.
Young. Dear Young, have a great holidays. You know? Hope everything has been great. Sammy Quinones. You know? Walk away. Don't worry about it. It's just a little meaning of it, of what it has.
Yes.
I have some couples that, let's say, maybe they are just two, husband and wife. I know that this is huge for them, you know, but if I know their family, maybe I'll give them one of these. If not, I go a little simpler. I go with a chocolate. Or, in this case, what you're seeing here, it's actually a little bag that I bought from Save a Lot, the cheapest way you go, or you go to Dollar Tree. Remember, it's just, you know, the thought is what counts. They're not looking at the label. Oh my God, it says IKEA. No, they're not looking at that. And then depending on what it is the expense that I do. But I try to keep it, nowadays, unfortunately, I used to do it at $10, now it's 15 or 16 right here. These are my two little things. Additional. You guys know what this is? None of you know what this is. Who knows what this is? Huh?
Is it a clock?
This is called a chess clock. Anybody plays chess before?
Oh,
Not me. I learned this from a coach I had. She said, Sam, you need to have a chess clock. Because you know what? I was a mess. My coach would ask me, what are my numbers? Come on, man. 2%. Productivity. I'm gonna put you on the spot. Read it out loud. What does the right says?
Right, being 80%,
And the other one?
life-changing.
So, buy yourself one of this and watch your life turn around. When I started using this, when I stopped using this, I was horrible. When I started using this, so I'm going backwards, I saw my results. The reason is, being 80%, it's just basically, you're checking your social media, laughing at somebody's comment. You know, maybe you're just reading at random because you're bored, you know? However, if you're there because you're looking for something or an article or something that interests you, that's a different story while you're on social media. So what this does is as follows. Hey, wait a minute. Okay, there you go. So I'm gonna share with you, if you switch the clock, it starts counting different, but the clock never stops. Our daily life clock doesn't stop. So every day as you look at it, when you press it, it's telling you what you're doing. So what I did, I wrote on the top, life-changing or being 80%. Being 80%, you know the 80-20 rule? I'm just being the regular normal guy who is just doing nothing, you know? I'm just checking social media, I'm just driving around to the gas station, maybe I'm taking a nap at the pump, you know? But it makes all those changes all the time. So, for example, if you are,
you should wear Mariana. Because you have peppermint.
so one of the things I would share with you guys is, you know how they tell us to put X amount of hours a day for lead generating?
Yes.
If you get one of those clocks and you look at it, you guys are gonna see that how much time we don't track, we don't see. You know, I've seen that clock where it's just like 30 minutes and I'm ready to go to bed. And I'm like, really? That's all I did? Call 3 people? Or put myself in following up on an email that a title company called me? You know, but that wasn't even work. What did I really do? You're gonna see that there's nothing you really do. But if you have that little clock, you're gonna be able to know. You know, this is a question we have all asked as adults. Where the hell did my time went? Haven't we all asked that before? And that little clock there, it's like, whoa, it's really, really fun. It's called a chess clock. So if you guys wanna own one to make a difference for yourself,
Is that called, is it spelled CATS?
yeah, because it's from the game clock, yes. I'll show it to you, Mom.
I have a saying that, say in my house, in Spanish, I'll translate it to English, is time never stops and it doesn't forgive.
That's
And
true.
it applies to this in the sense that if you don't use your time wisely, you will not meet your goals. You're not
Right.
living.
Right.
It's painful.
Right. So like I said, these are some of the houses. I'll take photos. The other thing, why do I drop it and run? Why do I drop it and run?
To make it fun,
Huh?
to make it fun.
Well, that's actually cool. There you go. To make a conversation. I've had one. Tierra's one of my father's probably customers. She lives, well, no, now I have more. Tierra lives, you guys know where Altoona, Florida is?
I've heard of it.
It's out.
Altoona, Florida.
It's out there.
Past Apopka, 20, 30 minutes after. Like Mount Dora, but to the north, or the Ocala National Forest. One time, her community's gated. I dropped one of these blue ones right here, right? I dropped it, and I knew what I was doing, and it was like 8:30 at night. I dropped it, rang the doorbell, ding dong, got on my car and ran. Minute later, hey, come back, come back. She wanted to see me. And I said, hi, Tierra. Listen, I'm sorry, I'm dropping so many of them. Nah, maybe not. I'm dropping so many of these. I really don't have time, but I didn't want you to come outside and trip yourself. No, and I put it in a safe place because Amazon doesn't do that. Amazon will put it there where you're gonna trip
Yes.
yourself. And she's like, oh my God, I would love to see you, blah, blah, blah. But guess what? Now I have an appointment for the future. Now I have something to be able to meet and reconnect with them. Does it make sense?
Yes.
So that's why I do this every Christmas. This is where my money maker comes in. This is where my referrals come through. This is what starts coming back for me. Make sense?
How many gifts would you have during Christmas?
Good question. That's a really good question. As my database has been growing, I would say right now I am between 60 and 75 because sometimes deals either don't go that well, they don't want to know about you, or they move out of state, you know? But these are, who I really want to focus on is my advocates, the ones who are always thinking about me to check on me, say hello to me, invite me to their kids' graduation and their parties, birthdays, you know, those that, or the ones who are always giving me those referrals, these are the ones you always want to treat at a high level. What I've told several people now is when they ask me about they see me on the ring bell, they're like, we saw you on the camera. I go, well, guess what? Guess what you have just learned because of that ring camera? And they're like, why? I said, now you know that Santa doesn't exist. You know? Ideas. This is a set it and forget it. This is actually, oh, disclosure. They have not paid for any of the sponsorship, but they're not part of the sponsorship or anything with this class that I am showing to you. This is just totally explanation to show it to you guys. This has nothing, I make no money on this or I am a spokesman for it. That's my,
Wow, that was good.
So, I am a big fan of NAR and Florida Realtors Conference. I love to go to conference. I highly recommend it to every one of you. And again, I am not a spokesperson for NAR and I am not a sponsor of the so I'm giving the whole disclosure again. However, the bottom story of this is when you go to these shows, bless you. When you go to these shows, they give you goodies. They give you goodies, right? So, you know, they give you either a pen, they give you whatever. So I see these people. I put $29, I think it could be $29, but what you do is, this company does exist. Every year I go, I buy them one. For $100, they give me 5. So it's $20 a month. $20 for each household. All you gotta do is send them an email. Let them know, Myra Pinero, 123 Main Street. That's the address. They'll send a package, like a big little magazine. And for 5 years, they're gonna constant contact on your behalf with your name on it.
5 years?
5 years.
And then
For
at
$29?
It's gonna be, yeah.
the end of 5 years, they send you an email saying that the campaign is ending, you wanna extend it.
There you go.
They
What
help
are they
you.
called?
So it's reminders on what?
That's the name of the actual company
So it's $29 for 5 years for one house.
for one house. But it's a set it and forget it kind of deal. That it just goes through.
And what
They-
do they send?
Yeah, that's.
Huh?
What did they send?
Different kinds of things. They can get, there is like, man, I wish I would have had brought it this year at the conference. I try not to pick up anything anymore that they give me, unless it's a pen. If they give me a pen, you can give me as many pens as you want. But other than that, I thought I had a pen with me here. But those are some of the things that they do. But imagine that they're getting a card from you. You're not necessarily farming it, but you're getting something from them. Closing gifts. Guys, how simple is that? A fire extinguisher as a closing gift.
That's smart.
Anyone ever thought about that?
No.
Under $30.
Really?
That's a good idea.
That's a great idea.
That doesn't excite, it's not exciting for women.
That's okay. Listen to me. Listen to me. That's okay. It's not as exciting. That's a great feedback. Thank you so much. You don't have to give them necessarily a fire extinguisher. That's how much it costs. That's if you want to set it up or put it, tell them, listen, I'm just going to give you this because I noticed that when we were showing the home, it did not have a fire extinguisher, you know? You can have that. That may not be as exciting. I get it. It's a bottle of wine. I get it. That's totally fine.
You could also put your sticker on there with your branding,
Yep.
so
Yeah.
that's when you're the one who gave it.
And that's another thing, because they say the IRS has a minimum of, a maximum of how much you could do for closing gifts or whatever. So that's why I'm giving you kind of those ideas. All right. My friend Tracy in Portland, she has all things real estate. That's a store in Portland, Oregon. When I went, she has like a journal. Oh man, I had it at home and I forgot it. Listen, for $36, I thought this was the best idea ever. It's literally a journal for the house. It shows you the plumbing, the electrician, the day of installing a hot water heater, an AC, the name of the vendor,
That's
everything
pretty
in the whole
That's
journal.
good.
That's cool.
It's amazing. I couldn't believe it. The lamp that was installed, the brand, the date, the electrician, any little detail. I wish I would have brought it. It was a nice little journal that she had for like about $36.
Where do you get it?
Where'd you get it?
All things real estate.
Yeah, I
At the
follow
end-
them. They're really good. They have a lot of like
Yes.
signage.
Oh,
and
Remind me at
putting
the
your-
end of the class, I'm gonna find it for you on her website.
Okay.
But it's like, man, I wish I would have brought
It's
it.
allthingsrealestate.com?
I guess so. Yeah, she's out of Portland.
But where she gathers all the information, like,
No.
it's for you to write.
Yes,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
day of
The day
closing.
of closing.
Yes, it'll like title company you close.
Okay.
Put your sticker on or
Okay.
put your business card because that's who you were. Now, everything I do it at an affordable. I do it as affordable as possible. Literally, I should have had done this class. This class could have been called Real Estate on a Dime, but it would have not had a good kick to it. So, you guys have labels or stickers? Well, guess what? I went to this store called Staples.
Looks like
And I
minority
had-
stamp.
Yeah.
And I had a stamp, and I had them do me a stamper. This one is a little old,
That's smart.
but I put it with my name on it. And I would spend hours stamping. Listen, you can even stamp your Christmas cards if you want with your personal information. Yes, I'm gonna show you.
He has the
With your
office
personal
address.
information on it.
Nice.
They could do this for you. I think this is the most expensive thing I ever paid. I've probably paid a lot more than anything. But these are some of the, I'll show you. So what I do is I put all that in every single one of my letters or anything of my mailers whenever I do it. You have this little sticker, you have this little stamp. Make sense?
Yes.
Customer Appreciation Day. I gave you guys the little closing gift ideas. Okay, if not, over the years, I did this. I came up, you guys ever seen this at IKEA?
That's so cute.
Very cheap.
$15 or
I remember when it was $7.99, but it's probably now $15. Who knows? Listen, I did a Customer Appreciation Day in Tampa. True story. True story. And of course, we had COVID at the time, you know? And it was around spring. So what kind of candies do we find? Easter candies, okay? I did that. I went to IKEA and I bought like these little bags for like 69 cents. And at home I cut the scissor and I didn't even show them what was the, you know, because every product of IKEA says IKEA on it. I cut them all and I filled it with all this. And everybody who came to my customer appreciation event That's what I gave them.
Nice.
That's nice.
Now, customer appreciation locations. Listen, pick a unique location. Make a holiday party. Do a Halloween party. Look at this one. Have you guys thought about this one?
Oh,
That's
great
a
idea.
great idea.
That's a great idea.
Myra, you've been with us long enough, and Yvonne has probably seen this. Haven't we had a team meeting at a builder before? Okay. How would you feel you make a relationship with one of our builder partners, and do a customer appreciation on a really, really awesome home? That would be great, wouldn't it? There you go. Look, this one I'm gonna share with you, and I didn't have photos because I was a little busy. But I actually did for my customers in Tampa, because I actually serve both cities. I go to Tampa and I go here. It's much easier from where I live. I get on Osceola Parkway, I get on I-4. It is faster for me to get to Tampa than to get to Maitland because of I-4.
Yeah.
You know, because of my proximity where I live. Maybe now I-4 has gotten a little easier, but I'm already used to the Tampa market. Okay, so before I go to this, I'm gonna share with you about this. Anyways, I'm gonna tell you what this is, and I'm gonna tell you what it is now. So, true story, this is my experience, this is what has worked. Listen, sponsor a kids play. Kids play is, every spring, they have the Little Mermaid Juniors, the Lion King Juniors. Go to a local elementary. I get a kick and I laugh my butt off, like literally laugh my butt off. You guys are from Lake Nona. Go to Lake Nona High School. Go see how many realtors are sponsoring Lake Nona High School right now. Go see their banners. Oh, Mrs. Myra is there too. Okay, sorry Myra.
Why?
What has been your return on that?
That is long-term gain.
Okay,
I've gotten a lot of relationships with the parents. My children attend the school,
correct.
and the fun thing is that, I brand myself as Orlando Home Pros, and they don't call me David's mom, they say Orlando Home Pros in the house.
There you go. That's great.
Yeah.
See, those things work, but guess what? Go do things nobody's doing. Go after those that nobody's chasing. Listen, this was at my daughter's middle school, and they even gave me 2 VIP seats at the front, just at the cafeteria. So here's what I did, true story. I figured out early in my career, because I went through the Ignite program here, right? That all the kids that are at the play, the parents are going. No kids from the play that are not at the play are not gonna come. So doors open at 5 o'clock. Kids must be there at 3:30, 4 o'clock. So guess what? I showed up at 3:30, bah! I put a table. I set up a table, I had some marketing material, I had something called the 19 Steps of Home Ownership, blah, blah, blah. So what did I notice? Every parent is on the line board, waiting to get to the cafeteria for the doors to open at 5 o'clock. You know what? I met every single parent on that line that day. True story. Because guess what? They don't have anywhere to run from me. They're in line. They're lined up. Just what are they gonna do? Skip me and walk away? Now they're last in the line. Nobody's gonna do that. And I showed up with a business card and I said, "Hi, I'm 17 years. I'm one of the sponsors for the event. I just wanted to share with you. I just wanted to ask you, who do you know that is thinking about buying or selling in real estate? Nobody. Okay, I am here to help. I am a big sponsor of this event. I'm happy to be part of it. If you know of anybody, here's my business card." Guys, I got 2 listings from that line.
Wow.
2 listings. But let me tell you something. I'm gonna show you later what did that listing led to. And so far, this is where it has led me on my GCI. True story. On a $150 investment. Make sense?
Also, Sammy, I just also wanna say, if people who have children, never underestimate the value of that, because I had a family that, I'm embarrassed to admit it, but I will. I didn't wanna help them because it was a rental.
That's okay.
And I said, you know what, I don't have anything going on, let me go help this family. And I went to help them, and as I was helping them, showing them rentals, I discovered, by chatting with the mother, that her daughter is friends with my son.
Wow.
So never underestimate the value of your children. So when I learned that her daughter's coming to my son, I said, number one, thank God I wasn't lazy, I did this.
Yes.
And number two, further cemented the fact that I'm a real estate agent and I'm not always about the money. You know, I had a bad attitude. I'm not
Yeah,
about
no, I
it.
get it.
But it paid off for me.
By the way,
And they said when they're ready to buy, they're gonna come back to me.
by the way,
So,
by the way,
they have a
disclosure.
network.
Remember when I told you guys to inhale, exhale?
Yes.
Guys, I can smell that commission breath. I'm glad that's out. All right, so these are all things I have done. Now, this one was a special one because I didn't have that many customers in Tampa, but I had a lot of customers that are connected from referrals to referrals, and they're all either family or good friends of the family, so there was a big connection. I went to, you guys know what is Texas de Brazil? Okay, I got one in Tampa called Terra Gausha. There was only two. There was one in Tampa, one in Jacksonville. And I had 30 people at this event. 30 people that came. But when I say 30 people, it was not 30 adults. It's basically, Myra, I don't want to put you on the spot, but I know you don't have a problem. How many kids you got?
5 boys.
Okay. So when Myra called me and said, hey, bro, you ever been to this place? I said, yeah, I've been. So let me figure it out because you invited my in-laws too, because I help the in-laws. And I don't know where to drop the kids. This guy has 4 kids. I said, what are you talking about? He goes, I need to figure it out, man, because I want to go, but I can't go because my in-laws are coming and I need to figure out what am I going to do with the kids. And I said, I don't know why you're even calling me for this, because I have that little dry, he goes, why are you wasting your time? It said family, you bring them all. Bro, are you serious? I said, yes, everybody coming, because this is a family event. I had kids, I had children, I had no problem how much I paid. Guys, look at the return on my investment. I had no idea that that was gonna go that way. You know why I did this kind of, 72,800. You know why this went the way it went? Because I knew I didn't have time each holiday to take them this. And I go, you know, each holiday I bring this to my customers in Orlando, but my Tampa people don't know anything about me. I'm gonna do something a little more badass.
The 30 customers are all from Tampa?
Huh?
Are the 30 customers attending the event?
Yes,
all
only
from
the ones who
Tampa?
live in the Tampa Bay area.
Okay.
Only the ones in the Tampa Bay area. So they gave me a private, you know, Terra Gausha, if you guys been to Texas or Brazil, it's like a buffet, they bring you all the meat, it's very similar. And it was right under downtown Tampa, so I had the ones coming from Lutz, which is to the north, and the ones coming from Riverview, they were able to meet in the most centric location. So it worked out pretty good. That made a big difference. Now I'm a little intimidated, Brian's here. There's a legend in the house. There's a legend in the house. Hi, Brian.
Tell us about the food truck, community food truck.
Okay, you can do a couple of things. You can do a couple of things. You can do a shred day if you want. You guys know what a shred day is?
Yeah, bring the shred.
Contact a shred truck if you want and do what is called the spring and fall cleanup. You know, people usually, especially a lot of people move from the north, they want to do things like that. Talk to the HOA and tell them, hey, would you be okay if this happens? And then guess what? I'm gonna give you another one. Go back to the mailers idea that I mentioned to you guys. Send out a little flyer with a little mailer and let them know there's gonna be a shred truck at the playground so and so and so. And the HOA, because you're showing up that day, you're gonna tell the HOA person, listen, this is all gonna be paid by me or sponsored by me. I'm gonna set up a table here, okay? And you're gonna have a little bit of information. And of course, the local realtor that lives there is gonna hate you, but guess what? Why they didn't think about it? But I'm gonna give you another one. 99% of realtors that live in that community are not farming. 99%. Yeah. Talk to the HOA, that's what I'm saying. Talk to the HOA. Or talk to, you know, or you can make one in a community and find out and get a permit from the city. There is so many things you can do about. Or guess what? Go to a little shopping center and talk to the homeowner or the management company and then send the mailers and tell them shred day at the Burger King parking lot. I'm just using that as a, I don't know, whatever, crossland community. Who has any questions?
for the apartment complex, and do you need to pay something for the event?
No, did I put it here? Yes, I did. All right, that one, talk to the property manager on location and ask them, when are they doing a tenant appreciation? I've done these events, so yes, and it was the property manager itself who reached out to me. Now, what I'm gonna share with you is, make sure it's an apartment complex that has a higher value rent because of how much a mortgage may cost. If you do it for a lesser amount of what the community handles, it's gonna put you in a situation where you're just doing a very nice appreciation party, which is totally fine too, but you may not get the same results. You follow what I'm saying?
No, what do you mean? Sorry, back up.
You wanna do it more on a high end.
Oh, yeah, of course.
More on a high end because those people have a more likely chance to get, the pre-approval process to go. Doesn't mean that we're turning anyone around, we're just, the investment part.
So what is the paper shred day?
Paper shred day, it's a truck that shreds the paperwork. So let's say you have financial paperwork from 5-10 years that you wanna get rid of, and instead of throwing it in the recycle bin, and you don't have a fireplace to burn it, you can take it there and you can shred it. And that's a good way. Guys, I closed on a home. The guy was a former insurance person who retired. He left 2 portfolios of all his customers dating back to 1973. Social Securities, date of birth.
Oh, my goodness.
That was a gold mine for someone who wanted. It was crazy that it was left there.
So what's the meaning of the bounce house?
The what?
Bounce house.
Bounce house.
What about it?
He's never seen one. He hasn't seen one.
It's, you can sponsor or bring a bounce house for that
What
thing.
does the bounce house mean?
That's a liability.
Yeah,
Put bounce house
you
in
don't
it.
wanna do that. I would love.
You can rent a bounce house. Yeah, a bounce house.
They don't keep the
Castle, play,
doggies.
I don't know, what else we
The
call it.
doggies, le cortan las
No, but look for it.
Oh, really?
Llevarlo, sí.
The dog.
What questions anyone has?
That I like.
Any questions so
Pero sí
far?
tiene la
No.
liability.
Alright, so, any ahas?
A lot of us.
A lot of ahas?
Yes,
We just wish to do all this.
yes.
And it's simple.
Yes.
Guys, have I made you call any expireds yet?
I love the file system, from January to December.
Yeah.
Because when you close in February, and you're in December.
Connected. Referrals. Talk to agents in the office. Brian doesn't leave our office. He doesn't serve the houses across the street. So ask him for referrals. Right, Brian? Listen, network. Don't be afraid to network. What have we learned?
A lot,
Talk to people.
Talk to people.
yeah.
Now, does this look like something is really hard? Like I'm making you trying to figure out what is a whole conversion for a funnel for none of that, right? It's like little simple stuff, It just shows us that everything works. Now, in the end, it's not the years in our life that count. It's the life in our years. When I say this, I mean it in our real estate career.
Amen.
Thank you.
Okay? True story. Haven't we ever had like a really good job before real estate and we have looked back and thought, damn, I should have had put more money maybe on my 401k. I would have had so and so. Fact? Damn. Haven't we reflected back? This is maybe a reflection on our career in real estate. Life that count. It's the life on your years.
Wow, I got goosebumps.
My friends,
Yes.
I do have some other little things. That's the end of the class. I will